All right, guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about Tesla stock. We're going to do a price analysis, talk about some of the news that has been coming in and out of this company, and we're going to be looking at an overall broader market analysis to help us predict whether or not Tesla is going to be moving up or down in the next few days or weeks ahead. Smash that like, baby, and hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. If you want to join my free Discord channel where we give out a free daily watch list with price targets, check out that link down below in the description. So let's jump over to my screen right behind me here and dive right into Tesla. So as the making of this video, Tesla is currently trading at a price of $182.86. It's down a little bit today, but today was kind of a weird trading day. It's the day after the holidays and it was a short trading day as well, so I wouldn't take too much with the current price that we're seeing. Holistically, we'll talk a little bit more about that. The market cap is at about $500 billion, so $573 billion. This is a very large company, guys. Tesla is huge, okay? It's bigger than all the other companies combined in terms of market cap. Now, when it comes in terms of revenue generation and things like that, yeah, they don't fare as high. This speaks volumes about the company and the investors as well. A lot of people believe in Tesla, so it's a good company. Personally, I like Tesla as well. I'm invested and I used to have a Tesla vehicle. I'm a fan of this company. I like their products. Now, I like the whole EV space as well. Now, if you guys follow other EV companies, let me know down below in those comments. I'd love to make videos about them. One of my personal favorites that I'm in is NIO. I like XPeng, Li, some of the Chinese EV automakers. And then obviously domestically, we're seeing a lot more companies jump into EV. Jumping off that point, Tesla is a behemoth. When we're looking to trade and see where Tesla's going, we want to look at a few things first, and that being the S&P 500. The reason is because Tesla is a component of the S&P 500, and you can see the companies in here by weight, and Tesla actually ranks at number 8, having nearly a 1.44% weight in the S&P 500. That is very significant. That's why it's kind of a market mover. These are your market movers, right? That means they carry so much weight in the market that, let's say Apple has really bad earnings one day, it can send the S&P down that day. Pretty insane. Now, with this in mind, I think it's worth our due diligence if we chart the S&P 500 first, see how things are looking technically from there, talk about a little bit of the fundamentals of the market, and then we'll jump into Tesla next, and I'll give you guys my price targets for that as well. Let's jump into it, baby. Before we dive into the S&P 500 charts, let's quickly talk about Tesla in the news recently. So Tesla shares rise on a Citi upgrade. So Tesla's getting an upgrade from Citibank. This is not uncommon. This is not crazy. You're going to see this throughout time, a lot of these firms, and we'll show that next. But Elon Musk talks of a new factory in Asia. Okay, so this is pretty big. The shares rose almost 8% on Wednesday after hitting a 52-week intraday low, which is significant. Keep that in mind. And Citi upgraded the stock and wrote in a note, the year-to-date pullback has balanced out the near-term risk to reward. Now, I talked about these upgrades, these ranks, things like that. Here's the Citigroup one. They went from a sell to a neutral, okay? So this is their expectation or value on it. They're thinking 144.33 to 176. That's about the value that they have. Now, a lot of companies as of late October, you know, they're reiterating their price targets around 300s and things like that. This is one of the first ones we've seen updated in a while, and it's coming from Citigroup. And again, they're thinking just under $200 right now. So my opinion is, you never know. The market might fall into a recession soon. We'll talk about that on the charts and the fundamentals, but you never know where things are going. So as of now, we got to take this with a grain of salt. It means nothing. Analysts give price upgrades or downgrades all the time, so take it with a grain of salt. But this is the most significant news that I can find in the near term. So we talked about Tesla being at a 52-week intraday low. We talked about possibly where the market may be going in the future, which could be a recession or could it be a flip here. Let's dive into the charts of the S&P. So this is the E-mini futures for the S&P 500. ES1 exclamation mark is the ticker symbol on TradingView. And you can see we've just been in a lot of chop all year, okay? Ever since we hit that peak in the market at about 4,800, we've just been slopping down all year. A lot of volatility, but a lot of good opportunity as well. Now, right now, SPY, it's been in a nice little uptrend here, okay, for the last couple of days. So the last 43 days here, SPY is up from a low to a high of nearly 15.6%. That is a significant move. You're starting to see it curl up here. Now, one thing I want to watch with the S&P is this trend line here, this downtrend line, okay? So from the high of the year down to this position here, you can see we've been holding down all year, right? We've just been holding down that line. So it definitely has some weight and some validity. I like 3 or more touches. So it suggests, what are we gonna do next time we get to this line? Are we gonna reject it as we have historically the entire year? Or is this going to be finally the tipping point in the stock market. So if we break this level here, it's going to be very significant. Now we're going to watch some key levels on the way up here, you know, such as this level here at about 4175, all this 4200, and then we're going to be watching about 4330, 4325. We need to clear those levels if we do start to clear out here. But there's a lot of things that could be happening in the near future as well. As we approach an inflection point here, it induces more concern for me as an investor because I don't know where things could be going. Inflection points are a little weary. I mean, inflation is very high, but the Fed is starting to pivot here. They're starting to change their tone. They want to, you know, not hike interest rates as much anymore. They're starting to bring that down. So if we start to see the Fed actually pivot here, change their mind, can we see a nice positive impulse on the market? Now, my opinion is inflation is way too high and things are still way out of control from a global supply chain standpoint. And there's geopolitical factors going on here. There's just so much imbalance in the markets, and the labor market is a whole nother story. So we see the labor market really calm down fast here. I mean, it has happened fast, it has happened drastically. I think there's a chance we can somewhat avoid a recession, but other than that, I think it's going to take a lot more than that. So there's a lot of people that are still fairly short in this market, you know, especially big timers, billionaires, big time hedge funds. They're still thinking we have a little bit more of a bottom here. Now, my opinion is I still think we have a bottom, and that's where I'm being patient as an investor with Tesla. As Tesla gets lower and cheaper, I'm obviously dollar cost averaging, but I want to see if we can go just a little bit lower before I slap in a much larger amount of investment. Let's dive over to the next chart here, being Tesla. Tesla, I love you, man. Tesla's crazy. I don't know what it's doing. Here's the thing. It's cheap, baby. It's cheap. Look at where Tesla's trading, man. Now it broke this big floor here, and I'd argue it's possibly retesting it at about this 180 to about 185 level. Huge floor we've been holding in the past year. Multiple touches. We like to see the touches. That adds validity, but it looks like as of recently, according to the daily chart and assuming that we're respecting that, it does look like we did break below it here, came down, almost dead cat bounce. Could we see further continuation to the downside here? So Tesla's also at an inflection point. Bring me to my next point here. What are the key levels we're watching for Tesla? For now, I'm going to keep it very simple. First of all, I'm going to watch that next prior swing high at about $200. $200 is a big psychological level. You're going to expect a lot of orders to be there. A lot of liquidity is driven there. So I would expect a big movement there. It's either going to be a huge rejection or a huge push through. That's my prediction for Tesla. I'm watching $200 on the next level up. That way it gives you guys time to kind of digest this video as well. This thing might slingshot the next day and we missed that. Here's the floor that we're watching is about 166.19. That is the low of the year. That is a 52-week low. Very cheap, baby, but I still think it could possibly go lower if we start turning down that direction and if the S&P starts heading that way as well. Gang, found this useful, smash that like, hit that subscribe so you can stay tuned for more videos, and on top of that, join my free private Discord, guys. It's free trade signals every day, daily watch list. Guys, you are missing out. Link down below in the description. Gang, happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next video.